Fasteners. On a blueprint, there will be many symbols that you have seen or will see, and we have several that indicate different types of fasteners. What is the symbol for any fastener on a blueprint? It's a cross. Okay? If it has solid lines like this, it is a visible fastener. If we have 4 lines with the center gone, it is a phantom fastener, which means that it was either put in on a prior assembly or we put in on a later assembly. But you will not use it on your assembly drawing. This is a hidden fastener. It means the fastener is there, but you cannot see it from the front side view that you are looking at. This is quite common on an aircraft to see hidden fasteners because they may be installed, but you not necessarily can see them from the view that you are putting in, or you may have to put them in, but it's not visible from the view you're looking at. Okay? Next type. This is one that you should be very aware of. It is an existing fastener, which means that the fastener should already be in on the drawing you're working on. Okay? This bit of breaks in it. That symbol is a removable fastener, a bolt, a screw, something that's removable from the assembly. All right, now, visible fastener means that you can see that fastener from the drawing that you are working on. And this will be broken down into 4 quadrants that are simply bidirectional: northeast, northwest, southwest, and southeast. Each quadrant has a different designation. When I see this, I can tell you exactly what's going on here. First quadrant is the first one you're going to want to look at, is the engineering code for a fastener. An XZ is an AS 1097 AD. XLZ is a CM 3827 AD. An MS, or I'm sorry, an a VJ is an MS 2470 AD. You'll learn several that you're going to be familiar with when you go through. Now, be aware though, there are some that are very common, there are some that are not common. So it depends on your manufacturer. The second thing I can learn by looking in the second quadrant is 4F. 4 is the diameter of the hole in 30 seconds. So the hole that I need to drill for this fastener is 430 seconds. F tells me that it's a far side, that the head of the fastener goes on the back of the part, not the front. It's very important for assembly. The next quadrant is the length in 16ths. Driven fasteners generally do not have the length given. I put it up here just for the sake of this example. Usually you only see length given for mechanical fasteners. Okay? And then the final quadrant is hole preparation. This one is C for countersunk. Okay? So I can tell you everything I need to know about the fastener that's going to go in here just by looking at this. Now, let's talk about this quadrant right here. Countersunk is not the only item that you could have. You could also have a D. D would tell us that we are going to dimple a hole. That is making a mechanical impression in the hole for the countersunk fastener to fit in. And if it had D with a number, we would know that it would go through 2 sheets. Because you could dimple just the first sheet, you could dimple the second sheet, or however many sheets it's going to go in. Now, the difference between a countersink, I believe we talked about this. It's a countersink. Usually 82 or 100 degrees. material is removed for the fastener to set flush in the hole. It's driven. In a dimple, material is not removed. The material is bent mechanically. For the fastener to rest in the hole. It does exactly the same thing without removing the material. Dimpling will harden the material, and you usually see this on thinner material, that is too thin to countersink. Some material can't be countersink. We also have a counter bore. And the difference between a countersink and a counter bore is simply that a counter bore has 90-degree corners on the edges. It seals tighter because you'll see that a lot in fuel tanks. Okay, but it takes off more material. All right. In this quadrant, instead of an F, we could have a N for near side, meaning that the fastener would be on this side. So you can determine everything you need to know from these four quadrants. All right. Other things that you may see on a blueprint. This looks like a fastener, but it is not. TH, tooling hole. Tooling holes are used to pin parts together or into jigs or assemblies to help with the installation process. Very common. Okay, that's how parts are aligned in the tools. Another common symbol, CL, center line. Little flag is for a flag note. Now, a flag note is going to indicate to you that there is more notes somewhere in the blueprint to explain what's going on here, either on the face of the drawing or on a flag note sheet. This may be a change in process or material or just something that you need to be aware of. Or it may be simply something like part A and part B must be sealed before installing into part C. Could be a lot of things. Directional arrows. We talked about these before. Up, aft, to tell us which way we're looking when we're identifying directions. Those go with, remember these? Station planes. Very good. We also have this symbol, $ sign with a circle around it. It means it's critical tooling or critical reference point, so we need to have that. They give another one that I have never seen on a drawing called a limited release. It looks like a flag note, but with a production number in it for a limited release drawing. All right. So that's about it for fasteners. It's really simple. Once you get to using them, you'll learn quickly how to use those. The biggest thing you need to realize is the difference between this and this. Because if you've got the hidden symbol, you know for sure it's not on the drawing you're looking at. It's below it. All right, next part. This is a lot of fun. 1/4 20 NC2A times 2.0. It is not Greek. There's a reason for every one of these. All right, first thing you need to know. 1/4. That is the outside diameter of your bolt. So 1/4, outside diameter. 20 is the threads per inch. So already I know that the outside diameter of this bolt is 1/4 inch, and there are 20 threads per inch. Okay? N is the thread form. C is the series. 2 is the class. Tells you how hard it is. The A is the exterior type. And the 2 is the length. Okay? So if you're going to go to a hardware store, just ignore all this stuff in the middle here for a minute. If you're going to a hardware store and you're looking for a bolt, you need to know that you need a 1/4 inch bolt, 20 threads per inch, and 2 length. The rest of this stuff in the middle is going to be pretty standard. There are some variations, but it has to wait until, or for machinists it will be. When you go to the store to buy a bolt though, they will all be standard. Okay. That's it for symbology.